Hello world, I hope this video finds everybody doing good under the sound of my voice. I hope it finds you blessed and highly favored. And if you woke up to see today, I hope you thank God for today, and we gonna live it day by day. Hello world, I want to touch on the topic today. I chose the topic, I'm different. And I chose the topic because I really don't think like I'm the average John Doe. And I just wanted to touch on something that happened to me today. I was riding with one of my sons. One of my sons, he's in college, and we just was riding. I would take him to a couple places, and we were chopping it up, and we just stopped off at a gas station near South Baton Rouge, where I grew up at. And I stopped at the gas station to get some gas, and when we first pulled up, it was a certain individual that I knew. He had his back turned to me. I told my son, I said, man, his demeanor looked like somebody that I know. And he turned around. It was my dude I grew up with, and we just got to chopping it up, and he was telling me about myself and how I had a lot to do with his upcoming, and he made me feel real good. And then as we were talking, another car pulled up. It was two young people in the car that I watched grow up from little boys on up to men. And, we got to talking, and it was like a reunion at the gas station. And I was just sharing with one of the guys there how I missed one of my friends that passed like 45 years old. He went on to be with God, and I was saying what type of person he was. And I would just say, he a good person, man. He wasn't the average John Doe. And my friend, his response to me was, neither are you, Dexter. And that kind of made me feel good, because I always try to display stuff. Like I said, I was riding with one of my sons, and I always wanted to display stuff to my sons, that how I carry myself. And because if I leave here today or tomorrow, my legacy should be passed on even to him and my other son and other people that know me. I don't want to be looked down at as far as not being a stand-up man, because that kind of stuff puzzled me, because I always want to be different. And I chose the topic, I'm different, because, even though I may not do a lot of things that I struggle with, I would think like everybody can't see my flaws, and everybody don't know the things I struggle with, but I thank God that they're able to see the things that stand out about me. And when I was at the gas station talking to those guys, they're younger than I am, and they was just telling me stuff like that was blowing my mind, because it made me think like they looked up to me. And that's what I always wanted to do with the elders in my neighborhood. I always wanted to carry myself in a certain way. And I watched them and studied them as a young kid. And when I got to the age that I am now, I always patted myself that I always wanted to be something like them, because I do know that certain individuals, certain characteristics that I picked up along the way helped develop me to be the person that I am. That's why I chose the topic, I'm different. And I want to stand out amongst everybody around me. And I know I'm not the average John Doe, because how I was raised and the things I saw. So that's why I always want to come here on my YouTube channel. I always want to share all the things with certain people. And man, if you come on this channel and you listen to me, I always want to reach you in some kind of way that impact your life. Because I'm not in it for fun and games. I'm in it to do the things that God got for me. And I want to share some things with somebody. Like I got the things from the OGs in my neighborhood and the elders. I want to be able to pass something on to somebody else, whether it be male or female. I'm not playing with this, what I'm doing, because I took a passion for it, and I want to reach somebody, whether it's young or old. And I just want to share this with somebody. I'm different, because, when I saw the guys at the gas station, like I said, I'm older than they are, and they made me feel real good, because I was with my son, and they was giving me compliments in front of my son, so that made me really feel a certain type way. It made me think that I was living life according to how I was supposed to be doing it. And when you live life and do things that you can impact other people's lives, that it'll make you feel good, and it'll make you know that you doing things that God wants you to do. And it made me feel good to just see. I just seen bump heads with 3 individuals. You know, one of them not far from me, but in age wise, but the other 2 were like a little younger than me. But they made me know that I was carrying myself in a real stand-up manner, and that made me feel good. And that's why I chose the topic, I'm different. And I chose the topic because if you are a man, you ought to want to set the tempo for other young men to walk in your path. And you ought to want to be something different than they ever seen before, because what you're doing is you passing your legacy on so they can build off of it. And I just thank God, man, because they let me know that I was passing on something that they could build from, because I do know that swagger is developed from multiple people. It might be people that's, uncles, daddies, you know what I'm saying, other elder people like in your neighborhoods, or people that you look up to that, that help you, your characteristics growing up into one individual. And man, I just thank God, because I was just hit with that, and I was overwhelmed because, man, they were just sharing with me how I impact their lives and how they look at me. And that made me feel good, because it made me know that I was carrying myself like I was supposed to be. And, if you're going through life, man, and don't nobody look up to you, or, you're not impacting other people's lives, you got to put yourself in some kind of reality check, because you want to just stand out. Wherever you're going, whatever you're doing, you want to stand out, and somebody ought to be able to see something different about you. And I didn't take the credit for it when they was giving me the props, or giving me the dibs, or giving me the things that let me know that how they look up to me. First of all, my response was, man, it's God and the other people that inspired me. And because that's what they was really seeing. First of all, it's God, because I always stress to people that we peculiar people, when you come in contact with God, you different. And, you peculiar people. And secondly, the people that impact my life, that I looked up to, that taught me the right things, how to conduct myself, and, that's what they was able to see. They didn't really see me. They seen the people that impact my life, because, that's why I chose the topic, I'm different. Because, when you brought up by the people that's real structured and really show you all the proper things, you're not going to be the same. You're gonna be able to be observed by other people, and they're going to know something that is real rare about you. First of all, that's why I stress the topic that when you linked up with God, you peculiar. So you different out the gate. And secondly, if you raised by the real structured people, it's going to make you people be able to identify, and you're going to be standoffish, because people are going to be able to see something that they're not used to seeing. That's why even when they gave me my props, I didn't take the credit. First of all, I gave it to God, because we should first all give our thanks to God, whatever it might be, because that way you're not being boasting, or you're not taking credit for something that God helped develop. So first of all, I gave it to God. Secondly, I gave it to the people that impact my life. And it's a lot of people, multiple people, man. And if some of my people on my YouTube channel, hey, if they see this, they ought to know that I'm not just talking about me. It's some of you that impact my life. So when people see me, they see some of you. And I thank God for the people that impact my life. It's a long list, so I just don't want to just start naming people, because, sometimes you forget people, and I don't want to do that, because my list is stemmed from a lot of people. And I want to thank God for them, because people don't see me. They see the multiple people that help impact my life. And all these people that I'm talking about were structured people. So, man, I just want to share this with somebody, because I chose this topic, I'm different, because, hey, man, I just want to stress this to the young men. If you living your life and people can't see something good in you, it should be some kind of reality check, because You want everybody that's coming up under you to be able to distinguish something good about you. And you're going to know it because people are going to constantly tell you how you carry yourself or what they got from you. Or, man, everywhere I go, I witness this from different people. And it makes me feel good because that's why I say I give God the credit, because I don't want to take the credit for something that God helped develop, because it was him to put me in the right people path so I could develop these good characteristics. And, I just want to say that, man, if you see young people and you constantly around young people, they're to gain something from you. And if you're not lining yourself up with God and doing the right structured things, people won't be able to see this about you. You don't want to be a person that's giving out negative stuff. You want to be someone that's giving out some real structured things. And that's why I said, if you're not doing this, you ought to have some kind of reality check, because you want to be uplifting to young people, because young people watching us older people real carefully. And you want to be able to give them something so that help elevate their lives, so something to change them. They could be doing the wrong things, but when they see you, you ought to be giving them something that is hope, to be able to correct them and help detour them on the right path. So, I just want to drop this because, man, I'm different. I'm not the average John Doe. And and like I said, I don't want to get this credit all to myself. It's the people that led the clean path for me. And the point I'm making is, you ought to want to lead a clean path to somebody else's life. Some other young men that's looking up to you. You don't want to show them all negative things. You want to show them positive things, so when you dead and gone, your legacy will be passed on. And I just want to drop this on somebody because you ought to want to be different. Not in a way where people see negativity, is where they see positive things about you. And if you dead and gone, your legacy will live on. So, man, I just want to drop this on somebody because, I shared it because I just stopped at one gas station, man, and it was impacted by, some little young kids that looked up to me. And the most important part about it was I was with my youngest son. And the way they talked on me, I know he listened. And, I thank God for that, because I don't want to take no credit for something that God helped me develop me into being. Because, that's why I say when you give God credit, you give him his deal first, you can build off of that, because you're not boasting. Because I didn't do it alone. He helped me do what I'm doing. And he helped me, led me on the right path. So, and I'm not going to say that I was always perfect, because I always share with everything on this YouTube channel, all my flaws, everything that hindered me from, but all the mistakes I made helped get me on the path that I'm on now. And I thank God for it, because I know it was him. He led me down this path so I could do all these things, and he developed what you see now. So I'm just touching on that, man. I don't want to take the credit. Like I said, I won't give it all to God, because I thank him for putting me on the path I was on, the bumps and bruises, everything that I encountered to help me to get to where I am now. So I'm forever grateful. And I just want to say, man, I'm different. I don't want to be like the average John Doe. I want to stand out. And if you standing out, people are going to see you for who you are. And you ought to be impacting someone else's lives, especially the young people's lives. And that's all I want to do. So if you turn on the YouTube channel and listen to me, man, I want to hit concrete. I want to touch on something that don't no other person touch on. I want to do something that's rare that nobody on their YouTube channel do. I'm different. And I'm going to take this road to help a lot of people. So if you tuning in, I'm going to try to give you something that you can take home. And they can impact you for the rest of your life, because that's all I want to do. Because, like I said, I don't took enough bumps and bruises, so you don't have to. So I just thank God for this message. I hope you got something from it. If you did, I ask that you hit the like button and subscribe, because I need all of you to stay alive, and I just thank God for the message. And I just want you to encourage somebody else to not be the average John Doe, just to be different. I'm the carbon copy of Dexter Wheeler. I don't want to be a duplicate of no one. I'm the carbon copy to this life. You know, so I just want to motivate somebody else to think like me and do things like me. And so when you go to certain places, people ought to be able to reflect on how you live. You know, and I chose this topic because, you know, the youngsters made me feel good. And then, like I said, secondly, I was with my youngest son. So if I leave here today or tomorrow, he heard some of the things that how these people felt about me. So it made me feel good. You know, we don't want to be a duplicate. You want to be the carbon copy. I'm the carbon copy of Dexter Wheeler. You know, and if I die today or tomorrow, there'll never be another Dexter Wheeler because I'm the carbon copy. I'm not a duplicate of no one else. I want to live and do my own thing according to what God got for me. And what you see and what I develop, you know, first of all, is God. And it's the other real people that set this path for me to take, to build off of. So I thank God for it, you know. And like I said, man, you know, I just want somebody just to do something different than what they did yesterday. You know, call somebody and check on somebody you hadn't checked on in a while. And I always say this life is not centered around us. We got to deny ourselves for someone else. You know, I just want you, everywhere you go, I want you to love on somebody. You know, you won't be the carbon copy. You don't want to be a duplicate. They got a lot of duplicates out there. You want to be the carbon copy. You don't want to be the average John Doe. You want to separate yourself from the rest. You know, and I just want to ask somebody to just keep your eyes on the prize. You know, be blessed till the next time.